Hi everyone. I'm Bubbles from Susan's family. Today, I'll show you the tutorial for a Chinese aesthetics series, the Wealth God Sachet Hanging Ornament. It's the Little Fortune Treasure version. This hanging ornament consists of a toy and a fortune bag. The making method for the fortune bag is identical to the method used in the Lucky Charm version from the same series. For more details, please refer to the corresponding video number in the pattern chart. Below, I will explain the making method for the toy. The toy is made up of the main part, the belly band, hair accessories and a Chinese knot. First, let's learn how to make the main part. It includes the arms, legs, body, head and facial features. Let's start with making the arms. There are two identical arms. I'll use the magic ring method to start. Work in rounds counterclockwise from the starting point. This pattern is entirely crocheted using the X stitch single crochet. We will simply refer to it as single crochet moving forward. The stitches used are X stitch single crochet, V single crochet increase, and a single crochet decrease. Now, let's show. For your convenience to see more clearly, I will demonstrate with other yarn here. For specific yarn, color scheme, and hook size details, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instruction. Start with a magic ring. Then crochet the first round. Make one chain to begin. Pay attention, this beginning chain is not noted in the chart. When crocheting in rounds, you need to work a turning chain at the start of each round. Then, work 6 single crochets into the large space of the magic ring. Mind the X stitch single crochet. After crocheting, tighten the ring. Join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Pull tight. That completes the first round. Next, let's crochet the second round. Chain 1 to begin. The stitches in parentheses indicate a group. A number indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. Let's start with the first group. First, work 1 single crochet. You can tighten the yarn tail a bit more. Then crochet 1 single crochet increase. That completes the group in parentheses. Continue and finish the remaining groups. After completing, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Pull tight. After finishing this round, the fabric piece may curl slightly. Turn the right side out. Next, everyone continue to follow the chart to finish rounds 3-4. Work even without increasing or decreasing stitches. That means one stitch to another. The total number of stitches after completing will be the same as the previous round. Now let's work on the 5th round. Make 1 beginning chain, then crochet 4 single crochets first. Followed by 1 single crochet decrease. Let's take a look first. One stitch has these 2 strands of yarn. The strand closer to you is the front loop. The strand further from you is the back loop. Insert your hook into the front loops of the next 2 stitches on the left side first. Now there are 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and draw the yarn through the first 2 loops. Yarn over again, and pull through. That's how you complete a single crochet decrease. This method of decreasing by working into half loops is called an invisible single crochet decrease. It's known as the single crochet invisible decrease. Crochet using this technique. The spaces between the stitches are relatively small. Next, crochet 3 single crochets. Finally, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Pull tight. That completes the 5th round. Below, follow the chart to finish the remaining rounds. After completing, leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn. Then, following the same method, crochet another arm. Once finished, set it aside for later use. That concludes the arms. Next, let's learn how to crochet the legs. The legs also consist of 2 identical parts. Both use the magic ring method to start. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise from the starting ring. Below, refer to the chart and crochet accordingly. The methods and stitch patterns have been demonstrated before. After completing, fasten off the yarn for both pieces. Now, let's learn how to crochet the body. First, connect the 2 legs and continue crocheting in rounds upward. Now, let's show. Take out any one of the legs. Join the yarn at the 3rd stitch. Work 2 chains first. Then take out the other leg. Align the toes forward. That is, the slightly pointed side facing forward. Then place the 2 legs opposite each other. Start crocheting from the stitch that is opposite the joining position. It's roughly at the 3rd stitch from the end. Work 12 single crochets along this leg. When you encounter a yarn tail, fasten it off. After completing, you'll reach the chain stitch position. Pick up 1 strand of the chain and work a single crochet. Then continue working single crochets along the other leg. After completing, you'll reach the chain stitch position again. Pick up the remaining 1-2 strands of the chain and work the stitches. After completing, join with the first single crochet using a slip stitch. Pull tight. That's how you complete the first round. Both legs are now connected. Next, everyone continue to refer to the form. Keep crocheting all the way down to the 7th round. After completing, move on to crochet the 8th round. When crocheting this round, you need to attach the 2 arms. First, stuff the legs and body. Then continue crocheting. Make 1 beginning chain. Then work 3 single crochets. Take out 1 arm. Crochet 3 single crochets together with the body. Insert the arm from the wrong side to the right side. After completing, continue to crochet 5 single crochets along the body. Then take out the other arm. Similarly, crochet 3 single crochets together with the body. Finally, crochet 2 more single crochets on the body. After completion, join with a slip stitch and tighten. That concludes the 8th round. The arms are now connected. Next, let's crochet the 9th round. Make 1 beginning chain. Start by crocheting 3 single crochets. Next, crochet 4 single crochets on the arm. Then crochet 5 more single crochets on the body. On the other arm, crochet 4 single crochets as well. Finally, crochet 2 more single crochets on the body. After completing, join with a slip stitch and tighten. That completes the 9th round. Next, insert the shaping wire. Begin by stuffing an appropriate amount of filling cotton into the arms. Take about 45 centimeters of shaping wire. First, bend it into the corresponding shape according to the crocheted section. Leave about 10 centimeters and cut. Then insert the bent parts into the legs separately. Insert the top part into the arms. Leave the excess part for now. Next, stuff a little more filling cotton into the body. Fold the leftover shaping wire in half. Insert it into the body. If the length is not enough, you can cut another 4 or 5 centimeters and twist it together with the leftover shaping wire. Next, continue to follow the chart. Crochet the remaining 3 rounds of the body. That concludes the body section. Now let's move on to crocheting the head. Continue crocheting upwards from the body. After completing the corresponding rounds, stuff in some filling cotton. For the last few rounds, crochet while stuffing in the filling cotton. After everything is completed, leave a 15 centimeters yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Thread the yarn tail into a sewing needle for closing the opening. Insert it through the front half of each stitch. Tighten the yarn tail. Finally, tie off and hide the yarn tail. That completes the head. Next, let's learn how to make the facial features. They include the ears, the nose, the eyes, the eyebrows, and the floral patches. Let's start by learning how to crochet the ears. There are 2 identical ones. Both use the magic ring method. Crochet counterclockwise along the ring. Now, let's show. Start with a magic ring. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 1 single crochet into the large space of the magic ring. Then 2 half double crochets. 1 single crochet. After crocheting, tighten the ring. No need for a slip stitch. Leave about a 15 centimeters tail, and cut the yarn. That completes 1 ear. Make another one using the same method. After finishing the ears, sew them onto the corresponding rounds of the head section. When sewing, make sure the right side is facing forward. That means the side with the slip stitches on the head should face backward. Leave approximately an 11-stitch interval between the 2 ears. Next, I'll demonstrate the sewing method. If you have pins, you can use them to hold the ears in place. Secure the ears first, then thread the reserved tail through a yarn needle. Sew it onto the corresponding rounds. There's no specific requirement for the sewing technique. Just make sure it's secure. After sewing, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Also, hide the starting yarn tail inside the head. That completes the sewing of one ear. Next, follow the same method to sew the other ear. That concludes sewing the ears. Next, we'll make the nose. Embroider between rounds 8 and 9, in the middle of the 2 ears. Now, let's sew. Cut about 20 centimeters of the corresponding color yarn. Take out 2 strands from it. Thread them into a finer sewing needle. Embroider a small horizontal line segment at the corresponding position. It takes up about 1 stitch. First, secure the yarn tail inside the head. You can pass it through 2 more times. If you want the loop to be firmer, you can embroider 1 more time. After finishing, hide the yarn tail inside the head. That concludes making the nose. Next, we'll make the eyes. They consist of eyelashes and pre-made eyes. Start by embroidering the eyelashes. Then attach the eyes. The eyelashes are embroidered in the 10th round, about 3 stitches away from the ears. Now, let's sew. Cut about 30 centimeters of the same color yarn for the nose. Take out 2 strands from it. First, secure the tail end. Then embroider 2 small segments at the corresponding position. After finishing, take a look. Neither of the 2 segments should be longer than a single crochet. Make the other one slightly shorter. For these 2 segments, the side closer to the ear should be slightly curved upwards. Everyone, take a look at this sample after embroidery. Then carry the yarn inside the head. At the symmetrical position, embroider the other eyebrow. After finishing, break the yarn. Everyone, look at this small sample after embroidery. Next, insert the eyes between the 9th and 10th rounds. If you want it more secure, You can apply some glue at the base of the eyes before inserting. There should be an interval of 4 stitches between the two eyes. That concludes the part about the eyes. Next, we will embroider the eyebrows. Embroider above the eyes in the next circle. It will cover approximately 2 stitches. Both sides of the eyebrows that are closer to each other curve upwards. Below, you can embroider them on your own. That concludes the part about the eyebrows. Next, we will embroider the floral patches. Embroider 2 rounds above the eyebrows. Use the corresponding color yarn to embroider 3 small line segments. The middle one is embroidered vertically. The 2 on the left and right are embroidered slightly angled. You can also embroider according to your preference. Below, you can also refer to the finished product to complete it. That concludes the part about the floral patches. The facial features are now also concluded. Finally, according to your preference, below the eyes, ears, arms, legs starting position. Apply blush separately. This concludes the main part. Next, let's learn how to make the belly band. It consists of the main body and the ties. Crochet the main body first, then crochet the ties afterward. The main body uses the magic ring method. Work back and forth along the starting ring. Now, let's show. Start with a magic ring first. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 2 single crochets in the large space of the starting ring. Close the loop tightly. This completes the first row. Next, let's crochet 2 rows. Make 1 beginning chain. Turn. This means to turn over the work. Turn over the piece over. Then work 2 single crochet increases. After finishing, the second row is done. Now follow the chart and keep crocheting all the way down to the 5th row. When working back and forth, always turn your work after making the turning chain. Next, let's work the 6th row. Chain 1 to begin. Skip 1 stitch, then work 5 single crochets. Skip 1 stitch again, work 1 single crochet. This completes the 6th row. Now continue referring to the pattern chart. Crochet all the way down to the 9th row. After finishing, proceed to work the last round. Work 1 chain to start. Turn the work over. Begin with 2 single crochets in the same stitch for increasing. When you reach the side, continue along the edge and work 4 single crochets. When you get to the approximate corner position, which is the row where you work evenly without increasing or decreasing, the following square brackets indicate working stitches into the same position. First, work 1 single crochet on the adjacent side. Then chain 1, work another single crochet in the same position. This completes the stitch pattern in the brackets. Then work 3 more single crochets. After completing, you'll be back at the starting position. Continue with the stitch pattern in the brackets again. Along the other side, work 3 single crochets. You'll reach another approximate corner position. Work the stitch pattern in the brackets. Finally, work 4 more single crochets. Once finished, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Pull tight. Then crochet the corresponding number of stitches for the tie. After finishing, leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn. This completes the main body of the belly band. Next, we will crochet the ties on both sides. Start by joining the yarn in one of the chain spaces. This is where you work the stitch pattern in the brackets. Then crochet about 30 chain stitches. After completing, leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn. Then join the yarn in the symmetrical position on the other side and crochet chains. After finishing, leave a tail and fasten off the yarn. Weave in the ends along the chain stitch braid. Hide the starting tail within the main body. Conceal the other side's yarn tail using the same method. This completes the ties. Next, take out the golden thread. Crochet slip stitches along the final round of stitches. After finishing, leave about a 10 cm tail. Then start to fasten off. Thread the tail onto a sewing needle. pass it through the first V-shaped loop formed by the slip stitch. Then pass it through again where the tail is located. Gently tighten it. Finally, hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. This completes the slip stitches. Next, attach the belly band to the main part. Ensure the side with golden thread slip stitches faces outward. Wrap the tie from the last round around your neck once. Then crochet a stitch roughly at the corner. Bring the excess part around to the back. Secure the remaining tie on the wrong side with a glue stick. If the tie is too long, you can trim it a little. Apply glue to secure it. Make sure the yarn tail doesn't unravel. Next, take these two ties at the bottom. Wrap them around to the back under the arm. And tie a bow. Then secure it well with a glue stick. That concludes the belly band section. Now let's learn how to make the hair. It consists of the scalp, the bangs, and the braid. Start by crocheting the scalp. We will start from foundation chain and crochet along the starting chain. Now, let's show. Take the corresponding color yarn. Begin with a chain stitch for the required number of stitches. Then start from the fourth stitch from the end. Work 12 half double crochets in sequence. After finishing, skip one stitch and make a slip stitch. That completes the first row. Now let's move on to the second row. Start with 18 chain stitches. Then, at the 4th stitch from the end, work 15 half double crochets in sequence. After completing, skip 1 stitch in the first row, and make a slip stitch. That completes the second row. Now let's work on the third row. Start with 20 chain stitches. Begin working half double crochets at the 4th stitch from the end. After finishing, make a slip stitch in the first row. That completes the third row. Now let's move on to the fourth row. Start with 22 chain stitches. Then begin working half double crochets at the 4th stitch from the end. After finishing, make a slip stitch in the first row. That completes the fourth row. Let's take a look. The slip stitches at the end of each row, and some of the skipped stitches, are all worked on the first row. Next, continue following the form to complete the scalp section. After finishing, fasten off and weave in the ends. That concludes the scalp section. Next, let's learn how to crochet the bangs. At the 9th row of the scalp, join the yarn at the corresponding skipped stitch position. Then make 13 chain stitches. From the second to last chain stitch, work the corresponding stitch pattern sequentially. After completing, skip 1 stitch on the first row of the scalp, and slip stitch into the adjacent stitch. That completes the first row. Now, everyone continue to refer to the pattern and finish crocheting the remaining rows. The slip stitches here are also worked on the first row of the scalp. That concludes the bangs section. Next, let's move on to crocheting the braids. There are 4 of them, all starting with the chain ring method. Work along from the starting chain. Now, let's show. First, we'll crochet braid 1. First, crochet the corresponding number of chain stitches. Then connect the beginning and ending together. Join with a slip stitch in the first chain stitch. Pay attention, don't twist the chain loop. That completes the starting chain. Next, let's work on the first round. Work 2 chains as the beginning chain. These 2 chains count as 1/2 double crochet. Then, pick up each chain stitch, and work a half double crochet. Continue until all the chains are crocheted. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the beginning chain. Pick up the top 2 strands of the second chain from the beginning chain and crochet. Tighten it. Leave a bit of tail, fasten off, and weave in the ends. That completes braid 1. Next, let's crochet braid 2. Start with a magic ring. Below, we will work on the first round. Make 1 beginning chain, then crochet the stitch pattern inside the parentheses. Start with 1 single crochet. Follow with 1/2 double crochet. Then work 2 double crochets. After that, crochet 5 treble crochets. Let's start with the first one. Wrap the hook around twice. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops on your hook. Repeat this 3 times. That completes 1 treble crochet. Continue and make 4 more. After completing them, work 2 double crochets. Then, make 1/2 double crochet. Repeat the stitch pattern inside the parentheses once more. Once done, join with a slip stitch. Tighten it up. Leave a yarn tail, fasten off, and weave in the ends. That completes braid 2. Next, everyone follow this method to crochet braid 3 and braid 4 as well. That concludes the braid section. Once all are done, we'll move on to assembly. Start by attaching the scalp to the head. Then secure the bangs and braids in place separately. Here, I'll demonstrate the positioning using a finished product. Place the hair onto the head. Make sure the side with the bangs faces forward, about 2 rounds away from the floral patterns, on both sides and behind the ears. You can use pins to secure the scalp in place first. Now, let's show. Here, I've already secured it with pins beforehand. Next, take out the glue stick. Here, I'll continue to secure it using a hot glue gun. Start by applying a little glue to the front of the head. Pay attention, don't fix the bangs yet. First, secure the scalp in place. Then apply glue to the back and sides to fix it. You can apply glue in small amounts multiple times for better securing. Avoid excess glue overflow. The scalp can overlap slightly. The back should generally align with the 5th round. Now, everyone, follow this method. Secure the entire scalp completely. After the scalp is fixed well, move on to securing the bangs. First, secure the 2 strands in the middle to the scalp. Then fix the 2 strands on the left and right, just above the eyebrows. Here, you only need to secure them slightly. This way, the bangs are fixed properly. After the bangs are secured, it's time to fix the braids. Let's take a look at the finished product first. Start a little behind the bangs at the top. Secure braid 4 and braid 2. Then fix braid 1 and braid 3 at the back. Now, let's show. First, secure braid 4 and braid 2. Fold the fabric piece neatly. The position for the treble crochet is on both sides. Mindful that when folding, the right side faces out. Then bend braid 4 upwards along the middle. Place it behind braid 2. Use 2 strands of the same color thread. Sew a few stitches to secure. After sewing, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Then apply a little glue at the middle position below. Stick it behind the bangs. Press securely. Now, let's fix braid 1 and braid 3. Fold braid 3 and place it behind braid 4. Similarly, the treble crochet positions are on both sides. Place braid 1 underneath. Fold braid 1 slightly staggered. Pay attention to the slip stitch position, attach it on the inside. The tail of braid 1 doesn't need to be secured. This way, the hair is fixed properly. That concludes everything about the hair. Next, let's make the hair accessories. First, glue the coin symbols on both sides of braid 4. Please complete this step on your own. Then, create the decoration for braid 2. Now, let's show. First, cut about 50 centimeters of golden thread. Pull out 2 strands. First, sew the metal motif onto the front middle position. You can refer to the finished product. Make sure the side with the pattern faces outward. Secure the yarn tail first. Then, on both sides, sew 1 calyx and 1 purl respectively. After finishing one side, transition the thread to the other side. Sew the calyx and purl there as well. After sewing, then sew a red bead on each side. After sewing, tie off and cut the thread. You can actually tie a few more knots for extra security. Next, take a new yarn strand. Sew a pom-pom at the middle position on the top. Sew one red bead on both the left and right sides. After sewing, tie off and weave in the ends. Then glue an oval crystal on each of the left and right sides. Apply glue to the flat side. And attach it securely. That's it for the explanation of decoration on braid 2. Now let's move on to the decoration for braid 3. Cut about 50 centimeters of golden thread as well. Pull out 2 strands from it. Then sew a calyx and a pearl on one side. Sew a red bead slightly closer to the inner side next to it. Once done, secure the yarn tail. Then glue 2 oval crystals onto the calyx. Repeat the same process on the other side. Below, please complete it on your own. That's it for the decoration on braid 3. After completing, slightly behind the edge, sew 2 tassel chains of different lengths. The longer one is about 3 centimeters. The shorter one is about 1.5 centimeters. You can simply cut the tassel chains with scissors. Use thread that matches your hair color. Pull out 2 strands from it. Then secure them behind the hair. Place the longer one at the bottom. The shorter one goes on top. After securing, tie a knot and hide the tail. Fix the other side in the same way. That concludes the decoration for braid 3. Finally, a little in front of the braid. Sew a pom-pom onto the hair with golden thread. Everyone can finish sewing them on their own below. That's it for all the hair accessories. Lastly, let's secure the Chinese knot. First, take these 2 cords at the bottom of the Chinese knot. Hook them out from behind braid 4, respectively. Pay attention to hook them out at the root. Then leave a little length at the top. The length here can be adjusted based on your preference. Next, tie a knot to form a bow. Finally, you can secure it with glue. The reserved length here can be trimmed according to your preference. After trimming, apply a little glue to secure it. This prevents the strands from coming apart. This completes the Chinese knot. Finally, you can place the toy inside the fortune bag. Then tighten the drawstring a bit more. Up to this point, we've covered the hanging ornament of Little Fortune Treasure. If you have any unclear points during crocheting process, you can contact our customer service, Susan's Family, supporting your handworking experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.